Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, we've got this snow blower. It's a Power Smart. I don't know anything about this machine other than it's a snow blower and that it has spark. So we got the little spark tester here. You know, I don't know if you can see that, but she sparks. So we're gonna try to get her running. Probably a carb issue. Maybe it'll run, maybe there isn't a carb issue. We don't know. But we gotta start somewhere, right? We gotta get this thing ready. Snow's coming within a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. You never know when it's gonna snow in New Hampshire. So, I guess we'll start by let's try the electric start. Why not, right? I don't know where I got this cord, but it's kind of unique. I think it came with a machine. All right, where's she plug in? This one's over here, not on the top of the motor, she's on the side. All right, let's see if she works. She works. Okay, is there any fuel? Can't see in there, don't know. Ooh. What is that? Doesn't smell like gas. At least not fresh gas. But we're gonna try it anyways. What do we got here? Let's see. Gas on. It's got a knob. Choke this way to the left. It's got the key in it. Try to give her a prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't feel anything. this off is by this key. Pull the key out, show the spark. The throttle control is either choke or no choke. I really didn't expect that to start right up. I thought I was gonna have to, clean the carburetor, which we probably still will because she's been sitting a while. But total surprise to me that she fired right up. It's a pretty good unit, I guess, huh? All right, well, let's clean the carb because we don't want to sell it to somebody coughing and spitting like that. We want smooth running, It's the right way to do it. All right, so just bear with me. This is a different machine to me. This is an 8 mil, and these are tight, Is that plastic or metal? It's plastic. You got the magnetic dish to throw everything in there, and theoretically you don't lose anything. The other day I was working on something and threw everything in there to not lose everything, and there were 2 nuts that were missing. I don't know where, or I should say I don't know how they got to where they did, but they were stuck to the magnet down here. Sure, we put a lot of bolts in this. Do I even need to do this? I don't know, but it's peace of mind that I clean the carb, make sure there's nothing in there, debris, water, just varnished up gas, ethanol, mix those jelly little white balls in there. That's a good question. Some people say, oh, you got water in your gas, put some dry gas in there. Now, ethanol is technically alcohol, isn't it? Which is what dry gas is, right? So if we have 10% ethanol, shouldn't the water just go right through? Answer me down in the comments with your thoughts, because stuff I think about daily. Don't touch that, that's hot. I can feel it. That's not hot. That didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. Some people ask, why is the channel called In the Weeds? SER. Well, if you haven't figured it out, SER is small engine repair. And In the Weeds is something my son-in-law came up with, because at his job, when somebody gets overwhelmed with a lot of work, they're in the weeds, like knee deep in the weeds, overwhelmed. So he suggested that, and I said, why not? Let's try it, because we're kind of the same here. We got lawn tractors. I can see 3. 1, 2, 3. There's a 4-wheeler there. There's a lawn tractor here. There's a snowmobile engine there. There's a snowmobile up on a lift behind me. There's a lawn tractor out back. There's a tractor out back with in the shed with a plow on it. I got to get that ready for snow season. That'll be a video coming up soon. And I kind of feel overwhelmed. Like I'm in the weeds. I know what they mean when they say that, Just bear with me here. That doesn't fit there. Let's see. How can we get that? Nope. We got one. Look at that, just the one. I got this wrench. There's an 8mm. I got that wrench with a lawn tractor. The lady's like, well, that's what we use to get that cover off, so why don't you take the wrench with you? I was like, okay. It's ratcheting. It's a 9mm and an 8mm. But at the same time, there's one at each end. I know what you were thinking. How can it be both, Kev? We don't know. Ow, that's hot. Okay. How hot is it? Come on. Gas tank's in the way. But you know what? I think that's out of the way enough. That's interesting. I'm gonna bring you over here for a moment. So this is what we got. Okay. Coming in. So what I need to do is I need to remove this housing to get to the carburetor. All right. Stand by. All right, so we're trying to we get this off, you know, just hanging there. No need to undo the electrical connections here. Why? Just let it hang. We got the primer line off. Just trying to get the fuel line off here. These certainly are different than any other snowblower, the traditional snowblowers that we are accustomed to. All right, pull this gasket off. It's a tight fitting one, I'll tell you that. It's metal. That's metal. About an 1/8 inch thick. With like a little rubber thing to seal it right on both sides. All right, we're gonna put that up here so we don't lose it. We'll lose it somehow. And then needle nose for the spring. Pop that up. Boom, she's free. Oh, bring that over there. You got to bring your choke lever all the way to the right so she'll clear this handlebar to come off these studs far enough so you can have her in your hand. Big gasket. This thing's either really new or somebody's been in here. I'm thinking this thing's really new. I don't even remember where I got it from, to tell you the truth. All right, so we got the carburetor in the vise here, gently. That's not looking good. I mean, we know she ran. A little bit of sediment. Pull the bowl off. Oh, not too bad. I don't know if that's a magnet. Nah, she's fine. She's fine. Yeah, it's like a magnet, even on that drain plug. Really not a lot in there. We'll just clean that out. Make sure I can spray through everything. And slap her back and we'll clean out the jet. Needle looks fine. A little bit wider screwdriver. Sometimes you gotta custom make one, because when they flare out right here, they won't fit in. But that does not fit down in. Let's just heat her up. What did he do with the screwdriver? Is that it? Oh, that's much better. There we go. This isn't really too bad, it's just tarnished. Spray right through there. Everybody's got one of these, right? Tiny holes. Perfect. Little wire brush. Take off some of that. It's really just, I don't know. At first it looked like rust when it was wet. It's really not. It's just dried up gas, I suppose. Drop that down in. Drop that down in. Tighten her up. Then clean out the bowl a little bit with this fine wire brush. Yeah, just get a little bit of stuff like that. Brand new. Nope, don't need a new gasket. Unless it leaks. We don't have one. If it leaks, we'll get one. Torquing, torquing. Perfect. Works perfectly. Well, I shouldn't say that yet, right? We'll put a hose on there. Now, if she holds vacuum, perfect. Blow through it. Can't blow through it. Perfect. Goes this way. Like that. Just like that. Almost forgot to bring you guys along for the ride. But we're back. Putting the carburetor on. This fuel line they use on this PowerSmart is not the fuel line that you're used to. It's very, very flimsy. Where did I put those? Fuel line's got one of those little wire things you gotta, it's not a hose clamp that you, not the wide one, it's the skinny wire one. Every time you go to squeeze it, it wants to go sideways. All right, now we're looking good. Maybe not. Can't get her down. Can't get that hose clamped down. Ow. Oh, come on. Almost. Ugh. Wow. I want to ride down. All right, I think we're over that hump. So now, let's see, what's next? There's a hose. This thing, right, this thing. Mm-hmm. Hey, why is one of these missing? This little metal bushing there. I suppose there should be one on that side, and it's not there. I found it. It's in this side. There we go. All right. Now we got two. 1, 2. And this metal thing goes on this way. Little spacer gasket. And this with the hole facing up, I imagine, because this hose goes into the valve cover. If you went the other way, it would not fit in there. Now this, oh, can't forget that spring, throttle spring. Thing is so tiny, almost can't see it. All right, that's in there. Now, this hose goes on there. Another one of those little wire clamps. The wires are still connected. Choke lever comes through. Line up those studs. Is that it? That's it, right there. Two retaining nuts on, which holds the carburetor on to the intake manifold. Torquing. Now this one, torquing. All right. You can tell it's torqued properly because it doesn't wiggle. Choke works. Primer bulb is hooked in, the fuel line is on. Now it's just this heat shield. Boom, just like that. Now, switch it up to the 8 mil. Nope. One. Two. Three. Torquing. And again. We got 2 more bolts. One there, and I get that one in with my fingers. Wrong way. Okay. Now, these cables, you just seem kind of like they're flopping in the wind. Maybe a zip tie? Zip tie it up to that. And this one, I don't know. Maybe it's not in the way. Well, gas didn't smell bad, so let's just run her and see what she does. Let me we'll do the right thing and shut the garage door. Now the reason I shut the garage door is not because I like to breathe in carbon monoxide. We're only gonna run it for, you know, a few seconds here. It's because it's a very tight neighborhood and I gotta be courteous to the neighbors. It's probably like, you know, I don't know, 7 o'clock at night maybe. But we got people that work from home, very odd hours. So, we shall be nice. Not make too much noise. That's much better. That seems a little loose. I'll probably adjust on that. But, alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Gas off. She runs a lot smoother now. I don't know if you can tell, but she does. So the only thing left to do, you know, a few fine adjustments. Maybe this cable over here. We'll clean her up, change the oil, ship her down the road. So here's the machine, not cleaned up yet, but we'll clean her up. Nothing broken on her. Still gonna change the oil, make a fine adjustment on that cable. We'll check the light, make sure the light works, and give her a bath. Send her down the road. So that about does it for this Power Smart snowblower. She really didn't need a lot, you know, clean her up. Tiny bit of stuff in the carburetor, not a lot. She still ran. Runs a little bit smoother now. If you like what you see, please subscribe, share it with your friends, like, comment. You know, I can learn from you. You can learn from us if you don't know what you're doing. Really appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.